Hi, Jeff Korhan, and it's Friday, January 9th. Thanks for joining me once more for my weekly video blog on growing your business, especially if that business is green or you want it to be. Well, today we're going to cover something that many of you have been asking me about, and that is how to make a quality video blog post. And it's really very simple. The first thing you need to do is start off with the right strategy. And the right strategy encompasses the 3 C's of connect, communicate, and community. The first one is to connect. And the reason you're using this format at all, this multimedia format of text combined with a video, is that you want to embrace people with all of their senses as much as possible. And you may well do that. Or you may not have their full attention and they may be listening to your video while doing something else like checking emails. And of course they might be scanning the text and not listening to the video at all while they're even multitasking and doing something else. So if you get them connected on all levels of reading it, watching it, and listening to it, that's great. But that may not happen. So the lesson there is your message has to be very, very tight. And keep this tip in mind. The faster they can watch that video and the faster and more easily they can read the text, the more credible your message is going to be. So have a tight message. That's how you connect. If you need tips on that, go to my previous blog post where I covered writing the post in detail. Okay, secondly, you need to communicate. Let's talk about how to actually do the video. What I do is I write out the text very carefully and very cleanly and very tightly. That's step one. Then I rehearse it. What I do is I don't rehearse in front of the camera. I just read it as if I were giving the video. Then I set up the video. I make sure it's framed properly so that I'm not too small or too big. I use the flip minnow camera, by the way. And then I shoot it. And what I do is I shoot the introduction several times so I can make it nice and tight. And then finally, I drive all the way through to do the full complete video, and then I look at the time, I see how long it took. Hopefully it's less than 5 minutes, better yet if it's less than 4, and then I probably will go through it a second time to trim off even more time. That's actually how I'm making the video. That's the communicate part. Now, some tips on actually doing the work of making the video is that you need to, above all, keep your eyes on the camera and don't use notes. It's very distracting when you're using notes and people will notice that. Wear a solid color shirt like I'm wearing now because stripes tend to cause the image to dance around a little bit and you certainly don't want that to happen. Lean into the camera. That's something I'm trying to do right now. It's something I have to work very hard on, and try to lean your head forward too. It tends to open up your eyes and make you more credible to the viewer. And for those of us whose eyes tend to be a little bit sleepy, that's something we have to work on. Then you need to make sure that whenever possible, you don't make any awkward pauses. And what you do is just do the video and trust that the words are going to come to you. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just do it and complete it and smile as much as possible. And that's really all you need to know as far as making that video. So finally, we get to community. If you do all of these aforementioned steps properly and with some degree of care and effort, you're going to start to deliver a message that's of value to the people out there in your marketplace, in your industry, that will connect with your business. And if you're giving them something of value, they're going to be subscribing to your video blog, to your blog post. It's the same whether they're subscribing to watch your videos or connect with the written material. They just want to be receiving valuable information from you. And if you do that, you're going to connect, you're going to communicate, you're going to keep building that community, and you're not going to worry about making this perfect, because the harder you try on doing that, the more you're going to come off as being someone that you're not. So just go out there, give it a shot, be authentic, be real, and everything's going to work out just fine. Well, thanks for joining me. One thing that's important today is you may have noticed that I've changed the domain of my blog. It is now The Green Marketing Guru. So feel free to forward this along to your friends or associates. Have them come to the blog to sign up for their own copy. Feel free to make comments. And even better yet, you can go to my website, truenature.com, where you can also subscribe for a copy direct to your inbox. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.